So I just spoke to a gentleman by the name of James Clear, who wrote the book Atomic Habits for the last couple hours. And it was really interesting sitting down and talking to this young man about something that we normally just think is small or inconsequential, which is our habits. You know, bad habits, good habits, smoking, eating well, blah, blah, blah. We don't really think that they mean that much in our life. And sure, we'd like to have good habits, but if we don't, it's just a little thing. But one thing I've noticed over the past 8 years of hosting London Real is that the people that sit in the leather chair opposite me, the high performance people, they all really only have one thing in common, and that's that they have high performance habits. It's just really that simple. They just have a process where they methodically do the right things when a lot of us just do the wrong things. And it was interesting, towards the end of my conversation with James, we kind of figured out that there's basically maybe 10 micro moments in your day where you can kind of go one way or the other way. And if you make those right choices every single day, then you'll have maybe a 1% better day. And that might not seem like much, but over time, that stuff really adds up. And all of a sudden you have a book, and then you have a TED Talk, and then you have a business, and then you have a family, or maybe you have your mission fulfilled, or you have a body you're proud of, or whatever. And it's amazing how that stuff can add up. And the other interesting point is that it's not that you put in 10 hours of hard work. It's just you've made 10 split second decisions and went the right way on each one. And the crazy part is you can actually set yourself up to already make those correct choices by putting yourself in the right environment, or having the right mindset, or having the right cues and understanding the right rewards. So it's really powerful, and it really is the rest of your life. And, you know, when you get to your deathbed, it's whether you're sitting there with a lot of regrets, or you're like, you know what? I did what I thought I was supposed to do and everything I thought I could do. And it all comes down to those habits. And it's not necessarily what you want to hear, but I really believe that life is all about habits. And if I look at my own personal habits over the past 5 years, they've changed drastically. I mean, I don't do nearly any of the bad things I used to do 5 years ago. Whether it means my diet, my movement practice, I stopped drinking about 15 months ago. I mean, all that was inconceivable 10 years ago. But it's all happened through really these 1% changes. I do a meditation practice every day, a gratitude practice every day, an affirmation practice. Like I said, I move my body every day. I do all of these little things, and it adds up to something really special. So just my thoughts today, just for you, something just to think about. What are your habits? Again, really enjoy the intellectual property that James Clear really talked about. So I think you're going to enjoy this book, and I think you're going to enjoy this show as well. But really think about your habits, and think about the cues that make you create them, and think about your environment that allows you to either have good or bad habits, including your digital environment. What do your apps look like? What does your desktop look like? What are you encouraging yourself to do every day? Also, we had a great thing called the 2-minute rule. How can you set up a habit to where you can do it in 2 minutes? Maybe that means getting out the yoga mat, or putting on your shoes and walking outside. That can be enough to like start a habit. And so that's a great way of looking at life. And just a way of getting what I call this minimum viable habit structure put in place, where you can have something that then you can build on, and then you can go for the 1-hour hot yoga sessions, but it can start really small. And I think that's powerful too. So I just want to thank James for coming on the show. You could have watched it live on YouTube and Facebook, and we'll release it, the full version, on YouTube in just a few weeks. So there you go, just having a nice walk around the Hoxton Square and memory lane for me, because you would have seen me about 5 or 6 years ago with some hair on my chin, doing my pre-rolls out here, talking about my crazy guest. And it's interesting to just watch my own evolution and my own change due to a lot of my habits. And sometimes it just means showing up at London Real every day and trying to do our best. And something that James talks a lot about is having systems as opposed to goals. I believe in both, but having a system where you show up every day and do everything you can and get uncomfortable and push yourself into your fears and take action and pull the trigger. And that's all I've been doing the last 5 years, and it's been a crazy ride. So thank you to all of you. I used to come out here and not in a suit, without having London Real. There wasn't a business without a world headquarters, without any movies. And it all happened here when it was just one dude and a crazy dream. So thank you for being a part of that journey, and to the future, to more creation, and to whoever you are around the world. Much love to you, and here's to you taking action, pulling the trigger and creating those great habits in your life, and for all those people around you that you love and that love you. So that's it. Peace from London.